Sports Reviews. This one is on the Euro 2012, which starts this Friday. Alex Wheeler's joined me, he's my football expert in the group. Quickly go through our outright prices. Spain are our favourites at 11 to 4, followed by the Germans at 100 to 30, the French 9 to 1, England are 14 with us, and obviously we're looking to lay them going a bit bigger. Got 16 Italy, 20 Portugal, forgetting Holland here. Actually, I fancy the outright with 6 to 1. They're the second favourites. Al, what do you fancy the outrights?
I actually fancy Portugal. I think Portugal are a big price at 20 to 1.
They're in their 20s, yep.
I mean, it seems a fairly, international football now is pretty hard and it looks a fairly average tournament, but quite simply, they've got the best player in the world, arguably, and he scored a shed load of goals. This is his peak age. I just think he might be able to finally lead Portugal to a tournament victory.
With Ronaldo, do you think it's the one-man team? Can teams win Manchester Championship with one player? People were saying Zidane won the World Cup for France single-handedly, but they've got a lot of strength really behind Ronaldo. Do you think the Portuguese? Not for me.
Yeah, I know it's that they've got a couple of young midfielders, João Coutinho, Veloso. I just think it's one of those. It's his time. It's it's on a plate for him here. The Euros are pretty weak.
Yeah.
Just go and win it, Ronaldo.
Yeah. No, for what it's worth for me, I think the Dutch were 6 to 1. I think they were a blindly good side in the World Cup, playing total football until they got to the semi-final. It's more like total recall when they played the Spanish in the final. It went a bit wrong for them, didn't it? And I think France, they were in turmoil in the last World Cup in South Africa, but I think 9 to 1 them's a fair price as well.
Yeah, I think France, they've got some very good young players now coming through. Benzema's in form. Nasri is a class player. Yeah. They should do the bizzo, but you never know with England. If we spring a surprise in the first game, then jittery French nerves.
Do you have any bigger price ones you fancy? I mean, I thought Group A was really weak. I quite fancied the Poles at 40 to 1. I thought they'd get out of that group, and then home support beyond him could go a fair way. Certainly see them getting in the semis.
Yeah, well, for a host nation, that seems a monster price actually. There's been a lot of talk in the build-up that they've drafted in players with sort of German nationality and etc. etc. And so they don't really have a team bond. But I think once they're over there, once they're playing in front of their fans, they should progress out of the group, and then you don't know what happens when you get South Korea.
Exactly. Yeah. Although I've been laughed at, I think the Republic of Ireland are a massive price at 100 to 1 as well. I do think I'm a bit silly there. I just think they could maybe get past Croatia. Italy, I don't think of the side they were. They could get out of that group, and then they're not 100 to 1 shots. But
I know it depends on the first game. If they sneak one against Croatia, then a couple of draws, go out. The only reason why I don't fancy Republic of Ireland is, on my holiday in the States, we went and saw LA Galaxy, and Robbie Keane, the talisman, who, he's been a fantastic player, looked overweight, unfit, and pretty poor. And he's
certainly all three, pretty poor monetary wise. Anyway, don't know that. Of course, you're out there, aren't you? So you'll be in Ukraine from Kiev. You'll be blogging away with it, getting spot reports.
Hopefully, touch wood, there's no trouble. I mean, I don't think there will be. I think that's all been made a bit of a meal of. But yeah, I'll be out there. I'll be watching England-France, hoping for a solid performance and a victory.
Which brings us on to a few of our specials that we've got. They're all available on the website. If you look there, you'll see them, varying markets, first players to score. And have a look on the website, www.starsportsbet.co.uk. They're all on there. Some quite interesting ones for you there if you want to ring through. The boys will be here in the office on Friday onwards to take part of them. And of course, Al, you've got the Golden Boot prices there for the top goal scorer. Always a good market in these sort of major tournaments.
Yeah, we've your favourites Gomez at 9 to 1, then Van Persie at 10s, then you've got Benzema in third favourite. But the one I actually think is two really good players who I think are a bit overpriced. Ronaldo, who scored about 100 goals this season. I keep going on about Portugal and Ronaldo, so you might as well go in for a penny.
A shed full of goals, say, for Real this season. So.
Ronaldo, 14 to 1, best player at the tournament by a mile. Free kicks, penalties. Yeah, if they get out of the group, they're going all the way. 14 to 1, I think is a big price. Other big prices and a sort of wild card factor. Balotelli, 28 to 1.
Wild, definitely there. That wild card.
You don't know what he's going to do.
You never know what he's going to do.
He's probably their only
his first major championship. As you say, he might take to it. You never know what's going to happen with him, do you?
And maybe Thomas Muller, 28 to 1. World Cup Golden Boot winner. Yeah, it's a big price.
Yeah, very much so. Major tournaments.
Any thoughts there? I know you fancy France. You think
Benzema? I think France will go a long way. Yeah, you can see them, getting the goals there. Obviously, Van Persie. you know, again, I fancy the Dutch to go a long way, so they're a bit obvious really, but yeah, nothing really looking beyond the box.
Yeah, exactly. Lewandowski for Poland, maybe, in 20s, but Ronaldo 14s, climb board.
So, summing up, obviously, we've got to talk about them, you know, England, what do you reckon? I mean, 14-1, they've been bigger in a few places. I mean, Nation doesn't really expect us, they said Roy's taken over, it's all a bit of an anti-climax and everything's under the radar, you know. Martin Kelly going to the tournament in place of Rio Ferdinand. I mean, they say it's not football related. I mean, come on, the Liverpool reserve player who's played 2 minutes of international football, now playing for now in the England squad in front of Rio Ferdinand, who's played umpteen times for his country and is a rock solid, you know, big game central defender.
Do you think we'd be shorter if Rio was in the squad?
I think, well, it's the old chestnut, Rio and John Terry. They are, you know, the defensive partnership. I mean, you know, obviously with Cahill missing out as well now, who, you know, I thought would be rock solid, but it's just, yeah, it doesn't inspire the confidence, does it? I mean,
the best I sort of hope for us, because we have got a low expectation now.
Yeah, that's
it. And somebody's going to do a Greece in this tournament, I think.
Exactly what I said. You know, this tournament has been proven over the years that, you know, big price, you know, runners can win it. There's a few little, I think, you know, I think Spain, they've got to the bottom of Spain a little bit now. Scotland had problems last year in the qualifying, didn't they? So it's not like they're a bit of maybe teams know how to play Spain a little bit now.
It's a tough one. Spain, like the midfield is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy team.
Yeah. Xavi, Iniesta, Fabregas. They'll pass you to death, and Fabregas will score goals. It's just whether, as you said, teams have just gone right, all out defence. Ashley Young's hit them on the counter.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Anyway, all starts tomorrow afternoon, so ring up every price, every game available, loads of markets us at Star Sports, and whether you want to back and enjoy the tournament.
Yeah, and it should be fantastic, and I'll be giving off the call. I'll be giving off the call while I'm out there. All right,
good stuff.
See you later.